Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Week 4, Episode 4. As I say, Episode Justin Schultz, Episode The Peace, Rob Scuderi, or throwing it back again, Episode Dave Burrows of Point Park Penstock. I'm here with Jordan Slobodinsky and Nick Berlansky. How are you guys?
Pretty good. A little mad. I was a little mad last week that we didn't know that the station was closed for spring break, so we apologize for anybody who accidentally tuned in.
On trade deadline day.
On deadline day, we were really excited for that episode, and it just didn't happen. So, unfortunately, but we are back this week, and we are going to change it up a little bit with our formatting, so hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Me and Berlansky learned a few things in New York.
Yeah, we went to the IBS conference for radio broadcasters in New York City over spring break, so hopefully we can bring that back and make it more enjoyable for you guys to listen to this show. What we're going to do, we're going to have our discussions, but we ask you throughout the entire show if there's something we're discussing that you want to talk about, if you have an opinion on, or if you just have a question about something we're talking about, tweet us at Steel City Spiel on Twitter. That is Steel City SPIEL. Or if you have our phone numbers, you can just text us, and we will address as many as we can on the air.
Fair warning, my phone's close to dying, and I don't have a charger, so... Mine
is not. I'm good. So if you have my number, go ahead and shoot me a text, or shoot Jordan Slobodinsky a text, or Horwat. We aren't going to put our numbers over the air for the simple reason. But like we said, you can tweet us at Steel City Spiel as well, and we will get those.
Also, there's a game in progress as we speak for the Penguins. The only time this will happen.
The only time this will happen. We checked. This is the only, unless there's a playoff game.
And as of right now, it is 2-2 with about 18:42 left in the second. It looked like it was going to be a shootout in the very beginning.
It still could be, very well. 4 goals in the first period. One by my boy Chad Ruweedle.
Remember when we scratched him? A lot?
For Matt Hunwick. Well, hopefully they learn their lesson and they stick with them. But we're going to jump right into our first discussion. And it is about the Penguins lineup after the trade deadline. We're just going to talk about what we think the Penguins lineup looks like right now and how we think they're going to do faring for the rest of the season. The big thing is the Brassard trade.
So I'm going to preface this by saying I didn't want the Brassard trade at first, and I told Berlansky why.
Yeah, I'm very despising at you. That's not a word.
Jordan, do you know of the guy from Ottawa who got suspended for kneeing someone in the face, or in the head? It was Taylor Hall. He kneed in the head in a scrum.
Vaguely.
3BTHQ real quick.
I thought that was Brassard the entire time. It turned out that was Alexander Burrows.
Yeah, Brassard did
nothing wrong. I just thought it was the wrong person, and I'm stupid.
Attaboy. Yeah.
So, but if I would have understood that, I would have said, yes, I am totally for this trade.
But we sent out, we don't have the exact trade in front of us. It was very complicated. It took about 6 hours to get put through the league as well.
Yeah.
But in the end, we got Brassard, a couple of prospects, and a pick. We sent out Ian Cole and a pick plus. Who else did we send to Ottawa? The goalie, Ottawa. Philip Gustafsson.
Yeah, who that's the one thing I'm not okay with in that trade is the Gustafsson trade, because he's going to be a stud.
Is he? Yeah, so is Jari DeSmith and anybody else we're going to draft.
I understand that, but...
And Matt Murray's 23.
I'm going to say it now. Gustafsson's going to be a backup there next year. He will be.
We'll see. I thought Hammond was going to be a stud too. And then he threw hamburgers in the crowd, and then it was over in one season. But we also sent Vegas Ryan Reeves in a 4th-round pick, and they retained half of Brassard's salary, which is the reason that we could fit this under the cap, because our cap situation is not great by any standard, but Jim Rutherford proved that Jason Botterill is not the cap genius. Jason Botterill is pretty good with the cap, but a lot of people thought that was the only reason that Rutherford looked so good. So
Botterill's also in Buffalo. So
he got moved to Buffalo. So this is the first deadline that GM JR's had in Pittsburgh without him. But it was an interesting trade. I was at work, unfortunately, the whole time, so I could not focus on work, unfortunately, the whole time. I was glued to Twitter during that trade.
The trade. I was at a concert.
You were, but it started at 2.
Yeah, I know.
It was reported at 2.
I saw it all start.
Or not Mackey, by Bob McKenzie and Pierre LeBrun, and they just it took forever.
Yeah, whenever it started, I think I was just sitting in front of Fortnite, and then
shocker.
Yeah, and then my buddy texted me saying, "Hey, I got a free ticket for you for the show," so I left and went to the show, and the finals of it were coming down while I was at the show, and between every act, I was just scrolling through Twitter.
Huh. Yeah, and I was Snapchatting you. You were like, "Oh, I'm at a concert."
I'm at a concert.
I was just like, "Oh, all right."
I was on my couch.
Yeah, you were.
Yes, you were.
Always am, always will be.
Well, either
Speak
that or
up.
in bed.
Guaranteed.
So that was the big trade that happened. We also got Josh Joris and swapped him for Kegger. Greg
Joris
McKegg.
already scored a goal. Scored a goal last night in Wilkes-Barre.
Oh,
He did,
Wilkes-Barre.
that's right.
good.
Yeah.
That nothing lost, nothing gained there,
Yep.
in my opinion.
Just a couple of centers in Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, really. I know Joris. I've recognized the name, so he's definitely played the Penguins before. But I was just like, okay, that's a trade. So relatively, after the Brassard trade, everybody thought we were going to get a defenseman, but we didn't.
I was hoping for one, but
Probably should have.
That's what I'm pretty sure this entire discussion is going to be circled around defensemen. So before we get into that, what forwards do you guys think should be scratched, and what do you guys think because obviously there's certain players that are going to be in the lineup every night, but then there's players like Connor Sherry, Tom Kuhnackel, Dominic Simone, Zach Aston Reese, and Carter Rowney. They're all in the bubble. They're all going to fight for a position on that lineup.
Probably just, my opinion, scratch Ashton Reese and Simone.
Oh, wow. The two guys I want in? For who? Who you putting in?
You putting in Kuhnackel and Rowney?
I like Rowney, so...
Oh, not anymore.
Oh.
Did you not see he was on the ice for 5 of the Devils' 8 goals or something like that?
Well, that was the Bruins.
Bruins. Devils. What did we?
So
did
I
we
didn't.
play the Devils?
Did you know
we
that
played the Devils. We
Okay.
lost to them 3-2 last week.
Okay, but the Bruins game, he was on the ice for 5 of those.
See what
goals.
happens when we change everything up and don't do Penn's preview or Penn's recap first.
Who was it that was on the goal? I'm sorry, not on the goal. Who was on the ice for... Oh, who was it? Matt Hunwick was on the ice for 4 of the Panthers' 6 goals.
Yeah,
So it's
he was.
Matt Hunwick's got to get used to a couple things first.
Matt Hunwick needs to go... Anyway,
Go. You can't go anywhere.
Can't go
I
anywhere.
realize this. Anyway, I'd put Connor Rowney and Tom Kuhnackel in over...
Kuhnackel.
Kuhnackel.
Tom Kuhnackel. No,
I'm
Slater
okay with
Cuckoo plays
Kuhnackel.
for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So
Kuka, yeah. I'm okay with Kuhnackel. It's just...
I like Kuhnackel because he
Kills penalties.
shamelessly blocks shots,
Yeah.
just like Ian Cole did. So I mean, there's a spot in my heart always for somebody who blocks shots because that's one of the things I did best in hockey because I wasn't the skilled guy. But yeah, so he blocks shots. I don't think Carter Rowney. It all depends. They said some people have said, well, Brassard didn't kill penalties in Ottawa, but maybe he can kill them here. I don't know about that.
I read in the Gazette they were talking about that, and he said, I guess Sullivan the other night in Boston used it as a prime opportunity to put Brassard on the penalty kill.
Well, at that point, that was a good time to test some stuff out.
He said because he's only averaged something like 20 seconds of PK when he was in Ottawa.
Yeah, he had 2 minutes and 38 seconds. I'm pretty sure I read total for the season.
Yeah,
Which makes sense for him, honestly.
Especially there because they have so many defensive-oriented guys on that forward.
well, he's getting used to his role, but I think yeah. Why do you want to? I understand keeping Aston Reese and Simone.
I want to keep Simone in there.
Simone for sure.
Aston Reese.
Aston
I
Reese
think,
just does Hornquist's job just as good as Hornquist, I think. Or
and
at
for a
least he will.
fourth line with Shan and Kuhnackel, because it's either him or Sherry, and Sherry has been. He's been struggling lately.
He's not-
yeah,
the
he
fans
has.
are really
Fans
on
are
him.
Ruthless.
I'm not going to get that on him. I've been a little upset with the way he's played, but I'm not going to get 100% on him yet because he's playing on the fourth line. And a lot of people said the only reason he was good is because he was playing with Crosby, which
Sid's you're gonna be good with Crosby no matter who you are.
Sid will make anyone good.
that is true.
Sid can make
Unless you're
Berlansky
Sid-
20-goal scorer.
Unless your name is Dan.
No. I don't like my line mates could be Sid and Gretzky, and I would score 2 goals a year, and that's simply because it hit off my butt or hit off my chest and go in the net.
A goal is a goal. That counts.
Oh, I know.
Who was
I've scored off my butt before.
There you go.
I was very happy. I scored a hat trick once, and I almost cried, but it was JV. So
I was gonna say, was that 7th grade hockey?
no, it wasn't 7th grade hockey.
I scored 4 once.
I was
a deck hockey
I was
game,
the
but-
5'6" enforcer.
Okay.
Big
Yes.
on the. No, I was big on the hip checks. One of the few people that can actually do that.
What a large enforcer at 5'6".
He's already
Yeah, man.
low. He's
Wait,
already
wait,
going
wait,
very
wait.
I already
low.
got that low center of gravity.
Wait, were you 5'6" or what were you on skates?
Oh, on skates I was taller than 5'6".
Okay. That helps a little bit.
I'm
Okay.
5'8" now, but I would imagine I was only 5'6" in high
Probably.
school.
So you were somewhere around 6 foot when you were on skates.
Boy, you don't get 6 inches from skates. I don't think.
We could measure.
I'm not.
not
what?
measuring.
We don't have skates on.
Hey, wait. Wait, you have skates in the room. Just go get them.
I do have skates in my bedroom.
Okay, let's have him run across the street right now to go get his
Yeah,
skates.
that's a great time.
We can talk.
Well, let's get back to the Penguins.
Please, thank you.
Yeah. So I think the forward Simone should definitely be in there. I think he's earned a spot. And then Aston Reese and Sherry, I just say the rest of the season, those two fight for it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'd rather have Sherry in the playoffs.
You sure? You sure?
You've never seen the guys in the playoffs.
Yeah, but Sherry's performed well in the playoffs.
Okay. He's not performing well right now.
Things change during the playoffs.
Okay, well,
Oh my God.
that's your opinion. Now we're going to spend a long time on this entire situation. Crosby was reported was getting a little frustrated with the revolving door of wingers. I like who they have him with now. And for the lineup tonight, they have. I'm sorry, I had to
I
breathe
don't
for a
remember.
second. It was Gensel and Hornqvist tonight.
That's two guys he's comfortable with.
Yeah.
Guys he's played with. Hornqvist, if you're afraid, which people were saying with Reeves leaving, afraid that Crosby's going to get hit because he's been so safe all year. I was like,
No, not really.
Hornqvist on that line.
He's a big boy.
For everybody else, yeah, you can calm down a little bit because Hornqvist will be there, and Gensel is the second leading first. Now that Reeves is gone, Gensel is our leading hitter.
He's the lead. What? Stop. Let that sink in.
What the kids?
Think about that.
How tall is Jake? Wait, how big is Jake Gensel?
He's not much taller than me when I saw him walk
I
past
think we
me.
looked it up.
I was gonna say he's not that big.
He's like 5'9", I think.
Hold up. Here we go. 5'11".
Okay.
Size doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's the size of the heart that matters, boys.
All right, man. It's just so. How is he the number one hitter right now? I go. Where is it?
Well, I'm pretty sure if he keeps going,
Yeah. He's
because he was the number one hitter. He was the number two hitter behind Reeves by a mile, but still, Reeves is gone.
okay. I understand. So it wasn't like close between the two of them, but
No, it wasn't. It was
Not at all.
by about 50 hits.
okay.
Look at that smile. Just take a minute to look at that smile, Jordan. Scroll down.
And unfortunately, I
man's
missed an
smile.
opportunity to possibly, which there was no possibly, get Jake Gensel on the show.
Oh, you walked past him. You did not say,
I walked
"Hey,
past
Jake,
him at Point State
get-
Park.
come
I
here."
did say, "Hey, Jake," and he
Oh,
said,
okay.
"Sup, dude," but that was the end of that conversation.
You couldn't be like,
I couldn't. I was frozen to my feet because I was just like, "What?"
You couldn't be like, Monday's 8 o'clock. Come on down.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he would have been on the show tonight.
Oh, tonight. Yeah, tonight's a perfect time.
Yeah, he's not on the wing with Crosby right now. So,
On my stream, he currently just dumped it. So yeah,
oh, well, mine's behind.
he's
but
got
it
time.
doesn't matter.
He's getting off the ice. He's got time.
But defensively, right after the deadline, it looked bad.
It was not.
Even before that, when we played Florida, because Cole was gone already. So technically, Cole was gone when we played Florida.
Yeah.
Dude,
We gave up 6 goals to the Florida Panthers, who are playing well as of late, and
Yeah.
actually at one point yesterday we're in a playoff spot.
It wasn't someone from the Metro.
And then the Blue Jackets won a hockey game and became the last
Wild
playoff
card.
team.
the
So
Blue Jackets.
The Blue Jackets are. That's.
All
I
right,
hate that they're
so-
doing good.
what are you looking at? Oh, you're just looking at the decor.
I'm just looking at the decor right now.
Okay, well, we had Hunwick in there right after that. We gave up 6 goals to the Panthers, gave up 3 to the Devils, which
Yeah,
they're not a scoring. other than Taylor Hall.
25
Taylor Hall.
games.
Then again, we can't keep saying that because they've historically not been a high-scoring team, but this year they have been.
Yeah.
Taylor Hall, Nico. I don't know how many goals Nico Hischier has, but
Neither do I, but Taylor Hall is on an MVP pace right now.
Taylor Hall is having a fantastic. We talked on the train ride yesterday home from New York, and we were like, "Who is MVP caliber besides?" We honestly think of Evgeny Malkin should be a finalist.
What did I say?
With the season he's having.
Kessel.
No.
No,
Okay.
I don't think they wouldn't put 2 players from one team.
They wouldn't, yeah. I think I came up with it was Malkin, Hall, and Kucherov or Stamkos. One of those two, probably.
Or McKinnon.
Or McKinnon.
Well, McKinnon has also been hurt extended periods of time, and they're not especially good. But
they started off strong, but then Lord only knows.
we'll see. So defensively, yeah, we gave up the 3 to New Jersey, and then we gave up 8 to Boston, and then yesterday we gave, or not yesterday.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
No,
yesterday. It was 2 days ago.
Sorry.
We gave up 2.
So-
You know what? That we didn't technically give up 2. I don't count that first goal.
I didn't get a chance to watch the game.
Jari decided to do an ice capades and try to do a backflip in net or something. No, he tripped.
Oh, that's...
He tripped, and it just looked sad and pathetic, and the puck went right under him. Like, he fell way before the puck was even shot, and the
So-
guy just sent a backhander from basically the top of the circle, and it just slid right in.
A rookie
Absolutely brutal.
looked like a rookie.
Yeah, basically.
Okay,
and
yeah,
the second one bounced off of Big Rig.
Okay, enough said.
Big Rig.
So Jari really played a good game.
Yeah.
We can talk about goalies later.
But yeah, defensively, Matt Hunwick, I think, was not working out. That's what they put Ruhwedel in. Ruhwedel was a +1 in the Islanders game. He has a goal tonight so far, and I'm pretty sure.
See what happens when you put him in?
Yeah, he's playing well. He played well in the playoffs last year, so I like Ruhwedel. I think he's the better sixth option unless Matt Hunwick can prove.
He's worth $2.2 million.
He can't prove that. I don't think it's possible for him. But unless he can prove he's worth more than Chad Ruhwedel on the ice, then I think he should stay out. I like the deep pairings we've had. One thing I want to talk about real quick, Kris Letang has not looked good. And I will tell you why, but we got something else we got to do. We're going to do Penn's recap right now of last week. So we did talk a little bit about it the last 2 weeks because we weren't here, unfortunately. So that first week was 4 straight days of nothing. The day of the Brassard trade, we played the Carolina Hurricanes and won 6-1. That's the last time I think we looked dominant at all.
That was disgusting.
It was embarrassing and it was fun to watch.
A lot of fun.
Oh yeah, especially that night. Everybody was watching. They're like, "Wow, we scored 6 goals and we just added Derek Brassard to our team."
Wait a second, wasn't that the last? Did Murray play that game?
Yes, he did.
That was the last game Murray played, wasn't it?
Yes. No, he did not. No. He played the Panthers game.
Yeah.
He didn't start in the Panthers game because it was a back-to-back. But
that's right.
He was pulled in because Jari or DeSmith, whoever.
It was Jari.
Jari. Yes.
Continuing.
So they did the next day play the Panthers. We're down 4-1 in that game. And they came back to tie it at 5-5, and then, as my dad likes to call him, standstill Phil decided to turn the puck over in his own zone, and it led to a 6-5 goal, or a goal making it 6-5, and the Penguins could not score in the last minute and 20 that they had left after giving that up, and lost to the Panthers. That was the start of a losing streak. We said they lost 3-2 to the Devils, and then got embarrassed 8-4 in Boston on national television on Wednesday night. That was Thursday night. Sorry,
that was wild.
It's like, 'cause we were in the NHL store when that game was happening.
We were playing bubble hockey in the NHL store in New York City.
We were playing bubble hockey and impulsively buying Penguin jerseys.
You were impulsively buying Penguin jerseys. I am responsible with my money. I bought $1 pizza that night instead.
I sat down and watched that game, and I watched it with my mom, and about midway through the second period, she's like, "Why are we watching this?" And I was like, I couldn't tell you. Yeah,
I could feel all the eyes of all the other fans of other teams looking at us like, you guys are losing so bad right now. Because the game was on the TVs in there.
Oh, yeah.
And remember there was the one...
There was a Boston fan that laughed. There was a Caps fan that was working there.
The Capitals fan that was working.
I was just like, this is just not a healthy environment for me.
The one that told me I was showing you women's T-shirts.
Yeah, Hor was like, look at this Austin Matthews T-shirt.
It was a nice
like Austin
shirt.
Matthews. And I was like, oh, cool. And I walked over and I looked at it for a second, and then the lady from behind us goes, you guys know those are women's shirts, right?
I had no idea.
I was just like...
I had no idea.
Thanks, Horwat.
You're welcome. It probably would have fit you.
Probably. But then the other game was the Islanders game, 3-2 win in overtime. Sid the Kid doing his work. So that was the last 2 weeks, 2 and 3. That was our weekly Pens recap, and we are going to go to our break. We will see you guys out of the break when we have more discussions about the Pens lineup here on 3PT.
Hello? Nothing much. I'm just listening to Colors on WPPJ. It's really good for vibes. Yeah, you should listen. It comes on at 9 on Fridays. You can listen at WPPJ.com or 670 AM. Yeah, no, really turn it on. It's dope. Alright, check you later.
Hey everyone, this is Mix Dinelli. You can hear all the best music on my show, Mixtapes, Sunday nights at 9 on WPPJ 670 AM, WPPJradio.com, and on the TuneIn app. We'll see you there.
Come on down to the Pioneer Sideline, the longest-running show on UView television, covering Point Park University athletics like only we know how. Each week, we break down the world of Point Park basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, track, and so much more. We catch you up on the latest national and regional headlines and go head-to-head with the week's hottest debate topic in sports with the Case of the Week. It's the Pioneer Sideline, only on UView Television.
Hey guys, this is Taylor Sprito for WPPJ Radio, and this is your sports update for the week. The men's and women's indoor track teams made history by both claiming their first conference titles and taking first at the River States Conference Championship this weekend. For the men, sophomore Xavier Stevens won 2 titles for the Pioneers, being honored with the RSC Most Outstanding Men's Indoor Track Athlete. Other names that were honored at the meet were Sean Berry, Jeri Davis, and Michael Morris, who combined to sweep the jumping events and aid Point Park's eventual title. The women won the meet with a whopping 206 points. Junior Anna Shields is continuing her winning ways this spring by placing first in 4 events on her own and contributing to the 4x400 relay victory, earning her the RSC Most Outstanding Women's Indoor Track Athlete honors. Every member of the team placed on the podium during the meet, with Point Park sweeping the mile as Shields placed first, and freshman Alyssa Boyd and Kayla Roberts placed second and third respectively. Head coach of both teams, Kelly Parsley, was named RSC Men's and Women's Indoor Track and Field Coach of the Year. The last meet of the regular season is this Friday at Kent State, so stay tuned to stay up to date with those teams and all things Point Park sports.
Group's Corner.
And we're back here on 3PT, and we are going to go straight into Slobodinsky's storylines before we get back to our discussions. So, Jordan, take it away.
Okay, so this past week we've had the Penguins signing Patrick Hornqvist to a 5-year contract worth $5.3 million a year. It's interesting to see him sign again.
Good
And
deal.
I like the deal.
Continue. Sorry, I had to say it.
It's all right. Matt Murray suffered a concussion last week during practice. He's been skating on his own the past couple of days, but he is not currently in the lineup. And in place of him, we've had
Jari, and
Jari
your boy.
and my boy Casey DeSmith.
All right, Jordan, you ready for some questions now?
All right, let's do it.
Oh, we're doing questions with Jordan, 3PT HQ.
We won't give you as much time, but here we go.
Cue them up, and then we will give you... Do you have a 4th question?
Nah, we're just going to go with the 3.
Okay.
Scratch
that's
that
fine.
idea.
That's fine.
All right, let's go.
All right, first one. Who was the head coach for the 1991 Stanley Cup team?
Oh my God.
I swear, Jordan.
The 1991?
Yes, the
Like they
first
won
one.
it in 91. Oh, okay.
Like the first cup team.
Can I give him a hint?
Yes.
It's a great day for hockey, Jordan.
Oh my,
Every day is a great day for hockey.
dude, I'm blanking. I'm literally.
You're gonna know it. It's the Badger Bob Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Second one.
This is not going well.
Who has the most goals in a single playoffs?
Just like in a playoff run.
Yep.
Is it?
You're probably not gonna know who this guy is at all because it's not Crosby or Marriott.
I know. Yeah, I want to say Brooks Orpik.
Oh my God.
I know that was a joke, but
Kevin Stevens. He had 17.
I have no idea who that is. Okay.
I didn't think you would. That's why it's a medium. It's a trick question. Like it's possible to think. All right.
yeah.
And now last one, the hard one, because the first 2 weren't hard enough for you. Who was the first Penguin to have a 100-point season?
Oh my God. Dude, I have absolutely no clue.
All right, this is actually also a trick question. It was 2 people in the same season. It was Pierre LaRouche, who had 111, and Jean Pronovost, who had 104.
Jean Pronovost.
Who had 104 in
I
the
love Jean.
75-76 season.
Well, Jordan 0 for 3.
All right.
So not a good week.
Jordan. You should start studying, honestly.
How are you supposed to study for that? You pick these questions out of thin air.
Just study out of thin air.
Okay, this man sleeps too much for
He
that.
does sleep too much.
Let me just pull up the Penguins Wikipedia and I'll get moving.
That's where I get these from.
Oh my God.
That's great.
Helen Fallon would be ashamed of you.
Yeah. Well, we're going to continue with our discussion on the lineup. And Horwat just died. But we were talking about the defense, and I teased a little bit about how much I'm kind of upset at Kris Letang. And a lot of people have said he's having a rough season. But here's the worst part of all of this. I think he would look 100 times worse than he does, eye test-wise, if he wasn't playing with Brian Dumoulin. I think Brian Dumoulin is the best defenseman we have.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 100%.
Absolutely.
Plays defense.
Brian Dumoulin's number 1. And I'm honestly going to say it, and I'm probably going to get a lot of crap for it. I think Ole Mata's number 2.
As much as I don't think he plays well
I think
all
it's
the time.
Dumoulin, Mata.
Is that because Schultz is having an off season? And by off season, I mean like he's not having the season he had last year.
I mean, Schultz isn't scoring goals, but he's never been defensively
minded.
So you were going for a defensive defenseman in your...
I was going for playing defense.
Okay.
Your position.
Got it.
So I would say
Dumo.
top 4 would be Dumo, Mata, Letang, and then I would probably put Alexiak there.
He's been playing well too.
Schultz is too much of a wild card because he pinches sometimes, and I'm not sure what he's doing because he gets beat a lot. And I didn't put Ruhwedel in there because Ruhwedel and Hunwick are just kind of
in and out.
I like Ruhwedel a lot, and he's been playing really well, especially today.
Really good.
The first period he played real well today.
Yeah.
So that would be my top 4. I really think Letang would be 100 times worse if he wasn't playing with Dumoulin. I don't know what it is, but he's not the Kris Letang that we've grown to know and rely on as the number 1 guy.
I absolutely think Dumoulin's been the best defenseman. And as much as I like to bag on Olli Maatta, the last couple of weeks he's been playing really well.
This whole season, he's made Maatta mistakes, but Maatta's going to make Maatta mistakes because he's Maatta.
I guess
That is a sentence I'm glad I did not mess up.
Got it under control.
Yes,
We gotsed it.
So the defense
So can
definitely
this-
needs some work.
To finish off this discussion, can this team go far?
Yeah,
Can they? I think they can.
I think they can.
If they pull it together, which they totally can, they got it.
You can't count.
Well, we haven't seen them all healthy yet because technically Matt Murray was injured before Derek Brassard showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Olli Maatta. After I just praised him, he concussed our goaltender.
Jordan, don't spill water all over the board, please.
Yeah, please don't. I don't want to pay for that.
I didn't even know it was Olli Maatta who gave him the concussion.
Olli Maatta took a shot and it hit him right in the right in the head,
Right in the dome.
right in the dome, right in the freaking dome.
So
Yeah.
Other than that, we could totally take a long run to this season.
I think we could. It all depends on where we finish. We need to finish top 3 in the Metro, or else it's gonna be too hard.
we can't.
yeah.
We
Because
can't.
if we have to play whoever wins the Metro, first of all, whoever wins the Metro is gonna be a tough out.
Yeah.
Or if we drop to the final spot, then we have to play Tampa,
Probably Tampa.
most likely.
And they've
There's no
devoured us both times so far this year.
There's no easy going about it.
Well, we beat Tampa 5-2 one time too.
Okay, maybe I'm only thinking of the first game.
Okay, but there's no easy opponent round 1. Any way we look at it.
No, not this year.
Unless we play Columbus again.
That's what I was gonna say. Unless we play Columbus,
I mean,
We do own teams sometimes.
they're not
It's
gonna
just-
they're not gonna be an easy out, but they
Easy
were in their heads.
Well, they're just.
I mean, it helps they have Ian Cole.
Yeah, did you see his tweet the other day?
Which tweet?
He was like,
Is it the thank you tweet that every player makes whenever they leave a team?
yeah, but then it was like, as a competitor, hope to see you in the
So
playoffs.
the tweet that every player makes when they
Yeah.
leave a
I'm
team.
pretty sure that was copy and pasted from like
From like 500 people.
Wayne Gretzky from 1984.
Is Wayne Gretzky's tweet.
Just
You know what I meant.
with way less crying.
Well, yeah. It's because him and Sully didn't get along apparently.
Cole?
Cole.
Interesting.
Anyway,
Okay.
I think they make it far.
I'd like to say they do, and I have faith in this team.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? They've won the last 2 cups when they weren't supposed to.
Let's make it 3.
I think
The last 2 years, it's been Washington's year. Now it's Tampa
Yes.
Bay's year.
it's Washington's
So
year every year.
I think it's our turn to ruin Tampa Bay's party, and Washington's too, just because that's our annual fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think that I think just you can't take the last few games with a grain of salt because even I don't know how to put it. I think the goaltending situation has a lot to do with it too.
You
And-
can't take too much in 3 games.
Yeah, exactly. And people
I tweeted that during the Bruins game, and I saw you tweeted that like right after.
Yep.
And I was just like, all right, I'm hoping he didn't get that from me, but all right, Jordan,
No,
with the
no,
hockey analyst.
Hockey analyst Jordan on Twitter this weekend was absolutely amazing.
Oh,
He said,
okay, so
you tweeted something about DeSmith being
Okay,
guaranteed
so-
shutout, and then he got pulled.
yeah, who was it? Was that the Boston? Yeah, it was the Boston game.
Boston game.
I was like, I forgot DeSmith is playing. It's a shutout because I was like, this is gonna be a big game. I think the Pens are gonna beat the Bruins, and then DeSmith gets shattered for 3.
You know who really didn't look good in the first period of that game? Tuukka Rask.
No, he didn't look good either.
We had 6 shots, 3 of them went in, and one of them was a Sheahan. I mean, Sheahan. I love Riley Sheahan, but that shot needs to be saved 10 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm. No,
It was bad.
No, there was no good goaltending in that first period.
No,
Because then
not at all. It was horrible.
Then Yari gave up 2.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
So we want to go into the next discussion yet?
Yeah.
We will go into the next discussion, and we are going to talk about superstitions.
Penguin superstitions, because we
Penguins?
all know they're all superstitious.
They're hockey players, and if you're a hockey player, you know you're superstitious as well. Even if you say you're not, you are.
Totally are.
Mm-hmm.
You might not even realize it.
First one, before we go to the discussion, Berlansky, when you played hockey, did you have any specific superstitions?
I had several.
Give me like 1 or 2 of them.
1 or 2 of them. Well, the
Like
way
the
I
big
warmed
ones.
up,
The big ones.
the way I warmed up was the huge one. I always made sure I was the first one to the bench to warm up my legs, and then I made sure I warmed up on each side of the blue line. And I would only shoot bottom left corner in warm-ups.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's actually a really interesting one.
I'm not sure why. That's the only place I shot. I was also afraid of concussing my goaltender like Ole Mata, so I just kept shooting low. And bottom left is my best shot.
So guess who just scored?
I don't know. Mine's not.
Kris Letang.
Kris Letang.
Oh my lord.
Okay, you can score a goal.
Just saying.
That's fine. You're still not playing well. You're still a -2, or you're -1 tonight, that means. And you got undressed by Michael
All right, here we
Backlund.
go. All right, let's.
I don't care if he scores a goal.
Jordan, continue. Did you have any superstitions when you played football?
Like game day? Just game day?
Just anything. Just did you have any superstitions?
Game day, there was a thing that I did before everybody else in the locker room is I put my shirt that I would wear underneath my pads on, then I put my lowers on. I go get my wrist wrapped, and then I would go stretch in the end zone before the team stretch, and I would like stay out there and watch the other team come in. And I don't know if it was meant to be intimidating or not because I was clearly smaller than everybody that was on any other team, but I always stretched in the end zone for some reason.
Okay. I think I had. So for inline, I used to always stretch on the dot closest to the bench, like the face-off dot closest to the bench. Same few stretches every time. Did that for deck, and then whenever I played goalie in deck hockey, I would also stretch like next to the net on the goal line. And my buddy Tyler, I would have him come up, just take 2 shots into my glove so I get a feel for everything. Just the small things you do as superstitions are incredible to think about.
Oh yeah, it's great. And even when you're not playing, hockey players are still superstitious.
Yes.
In the playoffs, if I'm at my aunt's house, we all have to sit. Like if we all sit in one seat, and the Penguins start scoring goals, we can't move.
Can't move. Do you switch seats too?
We switch. Yeah, switch. We switch seats. Yeah, if they're losing badly, we switch seats, and it is not really enforced by me. I would like to do it, but I'm not going to tell. Like I'm not going to tell my 80-some-year-old grandmother she has to get up and move.
I can remember switching seats a lot.
But my sister's boyfriend Danny does.
Okay.
He tells his grandmother to move?
No, he tells everybody to move.
Oh, okay.
He just says everybody needs to, we need to switch seats.
Yep.
Somehow we're going to need to switch something because they're losing.
Yep.
Okay. Understood.
He's not mean about it, but he and I'm pretty sure he doesn't make my grandmother move.
Okay.
I don't remember, but everybody else had to. I know I at least switched seats, and he did, and my dad did, and my sister had to.
I don't think I have like a superstition for watching games. I always
in the playoffs I wear the same stuff every game.
I always
have my towel.
I always make sure that I'm wearing Penguins gear on a game day.
That's about it.
Yeah.
You're wearing some right now? Oh, you are. Good.
Well,
That would look really bad.
If you weren't right now.
and there was an article posted.
This is an article posted a couple weeks ago from Pens Inside Scoop writer Michelle Crecchiolo. Thank God I didn't mess that up.
Cracchiolo.
Is it Crecchiolo? All right, anyway. About the superstitions that the Penguin players go through. It was the most interesting article I've read in a long time.
Yeah, you sent me this article, and I read it, and I was just like, wow, I knew they had some, but it's ridiculous.
Some of the things that she wrote about were just amazing. So, Russ is always the first one on the ice.
Okay.
That's just a big one they say because they said how Gensel
And warm-ups.
was and for morning skates.
Morning skates. Okay.
Yes. We'll get to for whenever they come out. Oh, the order on the ice is the next one. So we all know the story of Malkin and Crosby.
Yeah.
Whenever
It was basically a
Malkin
hockey
saying,
stick measuring competition.
It was basically Malkin saying, "I've been in a Super League more than you've been in the NHL, so I go out."
Malkin
last.
was saying, "I've been in the pros longer, so."
And by the pros, he meant
Sid,
the
you
KHL,
can sit down.
obviously. And so Crosby respected that. Went out one before last. And I remember back in the day, like another small thing I used to always notice, Talbot and Fleury, who were like best friends.
Oh yeah, fighting.
They had the little play fight before they would go out.
Yep.
Because they would go out 1-2, Fleury and Talbot.
Well, I miss Talbot, the hero.
He's still playing in the KHL.
He is.
That man, he probably couldn't cut it here anymore. But
Ouch.
he
I don't
wasn't.
know. Look at Brian Giunta.
True.
Brian Giunta. Okay.
He,
Anyway,
he had an assist against the Pens, but then again, everybody on that team had an assist against the Pens that day.
Brian Giunta didn't do anything in the Olympics. That was his first point since last year.
In the NHL, I'm pretty
Exactly.
sure he had
His
points
first-
in the Olympics.
Did he?
Yeah.
I thought he didn't get
He
anything.
didn't have any goals, but he had assists.
Okay. Well,
He was the captain of the team.
Okay.
He was on the first line.
He wasn't on the first line the entire time. I knew that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
I
why.
know he started on the first line because I watched the first game and I was quite disappointed when they lost to Slovenia. They
So-
lost to Slovenia.
Yeah, it was Slovenia. But then they go into the stretches whenever they're out there. Malkin takes his left dot in the circle.
Okay.
Same things every time.
Yeah.
Crosby in those golden arches.
The golden arches.
The McDonald's golden arches is how he does his stick handle.
I'm loving it.
It's the same thing. How did they?
Yeah, they all do the same thing.
It's
And just to interrupt real quick, it's a tie game.
thanks. I was gonna just ignore that for now.
Nah.
I'm not even watching the game anymore. We said we were going to try to keep an eye on the game. I can't. I got to focus on this.
I have it double screened. I have like the list of what we're talking about in the game.
I'm glad I'm working.
It was Troy Brower that scored for Calgary, by the way.
My.
He's still around. So
Continue.
The other thing Crosby does is he has a passing partner. For years, it was Kunitz. Whenever Kunitz left this past year, I was curious to see who it was going to be to take his place.
Okay.
Can you guess who it was? Can you guess? Brlansky, go. Your hand went up.
Jake Hensel.
It was Jake Gensel.
Okay.
Ha.
Now, I can remember when it was Kunitz, they used to literally throw the puck, like
lacrosse.
lacrosse it to each other, and they'd catch it. I didn't think Kunitz was that great until I saw him do that.
I still don't think Kunitz is that great.
And then he would go on to do something terrible.
I don't care if you scored double overtime in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. You texted me right after that happened. I was like, I'm so happy we won, but I really don't care if it was. I don't care if it was Kunitz. I'm sorry.
Yep.
He scored 2 goals that game, and I was like, yeah, it's Kunitz. Whatever. Game 1 of the finals, I looked and I was like, why is Kunitz on the ice? It's like, why is he on Crosby's line? Like, why? No. I didn't like Chris Kunitz.
All right.
Sorry.
That's fair.
Still don't like Chris Kunitz.
Any other?
Did nothing to me.
Jordan, there's a ton more.
Let's hear some.
Letang was on puck duty. He's the one that collecting the pucks out of the net and then pass them out to everyone. That was Cookie's job. Matt Cook is back in the day.
Yeah, it was Matt Cook. So we are going to do real quick a Pens preview for next week.
Ooh.
Which is this week, technically. We have the Flames right now, which is 3-3.
Yep. Going in, just started the second intermission.
Just started the second intermission. Good. That means by the time we're
So,
done here, we can go watch the third
the third.
period. Oh, yeah.
Or I can go back to the Globe and copy edit.
Well, you can do that. I'm going to go watch the third period. But on Wednesday, huge game. Philadelphia Flyers on NBCSN
In Philadelphia.
in Philadelphia.
Is that Wednesday
Against a
night?
team
You said Wednesday?
that is Wednesday
Night rivalry.
Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Yeah.
The not
Shout
as
out
good
NBC.
music.
Well, I don't know. I like that.
I just like the
I get that
regular
on
one.
NHL 18 every once in a while when I'm in my career mode, and I'm just like, yeah.
And it's not a Wednesday in the schedule?
No, it's not a Wednesday, and
Yep.
it's not a
It's not
rivalry.
even a rivalry. It just randomly comes up.
It's like, yeah, Sabres versus Oilers. Wednesday night rivalry on a Sunday.
On a Sunday afternoon.
But yeah, we're going to continue with that. We also have we have another back-to-back this weekend, guys.
Yup. Keep them
Oh,
coming.
boy.
Is it easy? No, it's not easy. It's at Toronto, who has been obviously really good this year, other than that
Yep.
Stadium Series game where their lights got taken out.
I like it.
And versus Dallas on Sunday, also on NBCSN. Sunday night.
God, how's Dallas doing? I haven't looked at them.
Dallas is doing pretty good.
Dallas is doing good, yeah.
Dallas is in a playoff spot as of right now, as far as I know, unless because the Western Conference changes very rapidly. Yeah, they're in a playoff spot.
Good.
So,
Okay.
all right, we are going to cut to break. We're coming up on more Superstition talk, plus a look at the standings coming up on 3PT. Stay tuned, guys.
Tired of your normal boring daytime talk radio?
Want to listen to a show that's slightly not disappointing?
Tune into H&B in 3
Thursdays at 3 to 4.
with me, Bill Steinbach.
And me, Hannah Sue Hepler.
Listen live at WPPJ 670 AM or at WPPJradio.com. Tired of your normal boring daytime talk radio?
Want to listen to a show that's slightly not disappointing?
Tune into H&B in 3
Thursdays at 3 to 4.
with me, Bill Steinbach.
And me, Hannah Sue Hepler.
Listen live at WPPJ 670 AM or at WPPJradio.com.
I never thought I'd be the one to believe in something I couldn't see. But you got a hold of my heart, and like a burning star, I fell into your arms. We've been up and down, but we always found a way.
And we're back. I'm not sure why that song decided to start playing on us.
That was a quick ad. None of us were ready.
I guess some of us they just don't like us anymore.
It's like, hey, we get more time to talk.
We get more time to talk, and you get more
guys
time to listen.
hear us.
Yeah, can they continue the superstition? I can't say that word. Superstition talk. Wow, I'm having a rough day.
It's okay. Hey, I'm just getting over being sick. You heard me dying on the train ride home.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get sick at all. He was like, we were in a confined area, and he was sneezing, coughing.
Hey, I'm feeling better. I can still feel it in my voice, but
Did you guys share a hotel room?
We did share a hotel room.
Oh,
yeah.
One of us slept on the floor while the other slept on the bed, and we alternated
Except for
because
the
those
night
were
our-
tiny beds.
Except for the night our roommates went out to SNL. They camped out for SNL tickets,
that's kind of cool.
and they got in. So
That's kind of cool.
it was cool.
Yeah, they saw my bay.
They saw.
Hillary Knight.
It's
I almost jumped through the TV when I saw her
You
on
did.
there.
You did. It was a great moment.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
Think about it though. I didn't realize this until today that they're in New York today. They were at the Stadium Series game just a couple hours before that. They rushed Hillary Knight straight up to New York.
Hillary Knight wasn't there.
She wasn't there?
No.
Well, forget the last 20 seconds of what I was talking about.
I'm pretty sure she wasn't there.
I'm just saying, if she was, that's an impressive trip.
Well, let's continue talking about superstitions. I'm not sure why we get so sidetracked, but we'll
that's
rein
what
it in.
That's what makes radio fun.
That is what they said this weekend.
Broken.
I took
Delete.
stuff. All right, moving on.
Are we
So-
making our show obsolete?
Broken.
Okay, no. Continue. Superstitions. Horwath has more for us.
We're gonna finish up one more from the stretches one, which is Malkin always being the last one off the ice. And what does
doesn't
he
he
do?
toss it to
Chris Stewart.
Stewie, right? Yeah.
Yes, the head athletic trainer. But he always waits for the clock to tick down. I'm feeling like Berlanti. I can't talk. To tick down to 0.
Ouch.
Fires it, just an easy one into an empty net. Finds Chris Stewart. Light toss up to him. He's been doing that for years. They said they don't know how it started. Now, also, the big interesting thing that I found to be so cool whenever I read this article was the exact order they go out onto the ice, and it doesn't change.
I knew it was the last two. I knew Malkin and Crosby had their thing, and I knew the starting goalie always has to go
Yes.
first. You sent me this, and I was in utter shock.
It's the same thing every time.
The player by player is the same person,
Yep.
same thing.
I will say, one time I went to a game, and Crosby and Malkin were both hurt, and I was like, who's going out last? Like, I was so curious. It ended up being Letang.
Yeah, I was gonna say Letang's always third to last.
That makes sense. So the order goes: starting goalie.
Well, this is the order before the Brassard trade, isn't it?
This is the order for the Brassard trade, so I'll just kind of like skip over Cole and
Reeves.
So it goes straight up starting goalie, then Dumoulin, then it jumps to Reeves, so skipping that. So it's Hagelin, Mata, Rust if he's in the lineup, Kuhnhackl if he's in the lineup, Schultz, Ruedel if he's in, Sherry, Sheehan, Gensel, Rowney if he's in, Simone if he's in, Alexiak, Aston Reese if he is in, spot for Cole, Hunwick if he is in, then Kessel, Letang, Crosby, Malkin. Your big four are coming out last. Well,
Do you
your
think
big
Brassard-
3.5.
Yeah.
We don't know where Brassard is fitting in.
No,
all
you're
of
big
this.
three.
Okay, but
I'm not. No, I don't. He has
your
the.
money
He has
makers,
the A.
Your money makers are coming out last.
Wait, where was Hornquist and all that?
I probably missed Hornquist.
In
Oh,
the
he was
middle
he was
somewhere.
injured. He was injured when this was written.
No, it doesn't matter. I think he comes out like third. I may have just totally skipped over him.
Okay.
Probably.
it's not like in
Skip
the
over the
list.
guy that
Yes.
deserves the A. No, I'm just
Dumoulin,
kidding.
Dumoulin, then Hornquist.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
Totally, it's in the list. It's in the article.
I was just curious because
He just made the list.
Wrestling.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. And the other thing, I don't know if you had it on there with Sidney Crosby, Marc-Andre Fleury, the plane rides.
The plane rides, of course, I had that because
Yep.
the saddest thing, or not the most emotional thing I read in a long time is part of that.
Yep.
So,
If you don't know,
So for years, Fleury and Crosby shared seats next to each other on the plane, right? Fleury gets taken away from us. Crosby still goes to that same seat. No one sits next to him.
oh
Wait, here's the best part.
wait, there's more.
There is. Fleury goes to the same exact seat that he was in Pittsburgh. Takes the window seat, which is what he had here. Crosby has the aisle. No one sits next to Fleury.
Even in Vegas, they know not to do it.
I'm getting goosebumps saying this in front of you guys. They have empty seats next to each other.
they look out the window for each other.
Somebody, after that story broke, they did the thing with SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs from the Chum Bucket, and their faces were on it.
It was I don't think I was able to function for a good 5 minutes after that because I was just like, they leave those seats open next to each other, and not only they leave it, no one's taking them.
Oh man,
That's emotional. That's amazing.
dude, I'm about to cry.
That's good teammates being good teammates right there.
That is, and they texted each other and said, "Hey, no one's sitting next to me." And they're like, "Wow, that's a thing."
The reality is both of them just smell really bad. Nobody else wants to sit next to them.
Oh, probably. Maybe just no one wants to play Crosby's game anymore, whatever that was that they played.
He played Call of Duty.
Was it Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Okay, on the little PSPs.
The PSP. That's what it was.
It was.
God.
Young Crosby with his
Why are these,
magic marker mustache.
why are these men just?
They're
Kids
children.
because they're hockey players.
Yeah.
No. It's not that they're kids. It's
We're all children. Ask me. Ask Brandon Saka. Everybody, hockey players are children.
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
And
have
other,
fun.
other news on or other superstitions on
Um,
the plane ride, just everyone playing cards.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
You got to
card
pass
game.
the time.
Yeah, I mean
You're on a plane how many hours? Every month, every week, every day.
they play. It says in the article they play 13 up, and that they keep track for whenever the plane lands. They write down what everyone had, like for themselves, and they keep They keep the game going if they're still in the middle of a game for the next time they're on the plane.
That's a really good
They
idea.
do
Actually,
not
That's funny.
stop, so they make sure there is a winner.
Oh, that's great.
that's a really cool idea. I like that.
It is, and
Well,
I
you're taking the
remember-
lead on this. Any other interesting superstitions that you got there? Or is that all of them?
That's all I had.
All you
But,
had?
I mean, I'm sure there's a whole article. Go find it. We'll
It's
tweet
on.
it.
It's on what, Penguins?
It's on the Penguins site. Yeah.
It is on PittsburghPenguins.com.
We'll all tweet it out. We'll send it to everyone. It's an amazing article. It's a little older, but
Yeah, it's
It's
a couple
still
weeks
great.
old because
Reeves
we
is in it,
haven't had a
Cole is in
show
it.
in a while.
yeah.
That's just depressing. I was so
I-
sad. I was so sad last week when you texted me. You're like, "Yeah, we don't have a show tonight," and I was like, "What?" And you're like, "Yeah, no, the station's closed." And I was like,
Yeah. Well, we were hoping for the best.
"Oh." That was gonna be a fun show. Jordan wasn't gonna be here.
It was going to be nothing but trade talk, too.
Hey.
There was not gonna be a 3PT HQ.
No.
Oh crap! 8 minutes. Here we go.
What do you mean 8 minutes?
8 minutes till HQ.
Oh.
Oh, Jordan.
Anyway, we're going to move on to, what do we do? League talk? to
We're
finish
going
this?
around the league now.
Yeah.
Have fun with that. We're gonna go with standings first, and we're gonna see if I can do this better than I did last time because I fumbled like Fitzgerald Toussaint on the football field. It was all over the place.
Gerald Deuce.
If you're a Steelers fan, you know.
It's a football reference I don't understand.
Sorry about that. Jordan does.
okay.
And
That's great that you picked Fitzgerald Toussaint.
it's because Fitzgerald Toussaint fumbles the ball all the time.
I don't know if I'd rather have him or Steven.
Anyway, in the Eastern Conference, the Metropolitan Division top three reads Washington, Philly, Pittsburgh, and that they are separated by 3 points from bottom to top. Also in the Atlantic Division, we have Tampa Bay, Boston, Toronto. They're probably going to stick there most of the time. In the wild card, we have right now 2 Metropolitan Division teams still holding true there. That's the New Jersey Devils and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Florida Panthers have passed 3 different Metropolitan teams, and like we said, were in a playoff spot last night, but they got bumped out because Columbus
8-2-0 in their last 10.
They are 8-2-0 in their last 10. That is amazing,
That's-
including beating Pittsburgh 6-5, letting the lamp real well
That is
down there.
among the top in the last 10 throughout the league. Arizona 7-2-1 in the last 10. Oh my god.
Yeah, but their damage has been done.
I know,
early
but
in the
still,
season.
think about that. Arizona's been winning.
That's a wild statement.
Hey,
that you
if
just
they make
made.
that last, if they make the last seed in the wild card, could we have an all desert first round?
Do it.
Las Vegas versus Arizona.
I'm in for it. I know where you heard that from too.
Oh yeah.
That'd be wild.
But following after them is Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Rangers and Islanders, with that Metropolitan Division holding tried and true besides Florida. And then we have the Detroit Red Wings, Montreal Canadiens, Ottawa Senators, and Buffalo Sabres. Wow, Ottawa is bad.
Y'all.
How do you go from making the Eastern Conference Finals to
Second to last in the Eastern.
Um,
Only ahead of Buffalo, which
easy.
is
Your franchise
bad.
is a dumpster fire.
this is true?
It's very bad.
Okay, Western Conference.
Western Conference, which 8-2 in the last 10 is Nashville. They lead the Central Division. Winnipeg is in second, and Minnesota is in third. In the Pacific Division, as always, Vegas Golden Knights are in first place. Then we also have San Jose and Anaheim, who struggled at the beginning of the season but are playing very well as of late. Dallas and Los Angeles are the wildcard teams, followed up by Colorado, St. Louis, Calgary, Chicago, Edmonton, Vancouver, and Arizona. Now, there's a huge drop-off after Calgary by about 9 points to where Chicago is. So they have to do a lot of work to get back into the picture. But we have Calgary at 73, St. Louis at 75, Colorado at 76, and Los Angeles at 77. Colorado could make the playoffs after that horrendous season last year. It's mainly because of the great play of Nathan McKinnon, but it's also because I think after last season, there's zero pressure on these guys. They're going out there. They can't do worse than they did last year. So I think they're just trying to go out there and have fun. There was a lot of pressure on them after they made the playoffs the one year because a lot of people saw what they wanted to see in Colorado for so long, and that's playoff hockey.
Patrick Waugh as their coach at that point when they went into the playoffs.
I think Patrick Waugh was the coach 2-3 years ago.
He was there when they were in the playoffs, though, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First game as head coach, bashing down the glass in between the benches.
Who was it? It was Hitchcock on the other side too.
Against
so it was,
Anaheim.
No, that was Boudreaux.
It was against Anaheim, and it was
Yeah,
a
that was
great
Boudreaux.
moment. First
Bruce
game,
Boudreaux,
I'm making
who doesn't make an expression on the bench, and he did something to incite Patrick Waugh, which I mean that could have been he ate a cookie. He like ate his cookie or something from. There's no catering in the
Patrick
NHL.
Waugh's
but
got
I
that
would
short
imagine.
fuse, and it's amazing.
Oh, that's great. Shorter fuse, Patrick Waugh or Ron Hextall?
Oh my!
Oh,
that's a question, isn't it?
That's a whole nother discussion. I couldn't tell you.
Oh,
This is a Penn Stock show, so we will never do that discussion.
Want to call Howard in
We could call Howard in 1 week.
and have him talk about Ron?
Ronnie Hextall.
Yeah, he would.
He's GM in the Philly right now.
But another
isn't he?
note by
Yeah,
Ronnie
yeah.
Hextall, yeah. And the coach is Dave Haxtall.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah. Looks
But
like he's keeping
another
his job.
interesting tidbit from tonight's game, if you're watching the Calgary Flames and Pittsburgh Penguins and not listening to us, as most people probably are.
We're doing both.
The
Nice
goal-
people.
You are. Oh, wait. Or doing both. Yeah. Well, thank you if you did tune in, because we know Penguins games are what a lot of people would rather tune into than 3PT, but we do appreciate anybody who is listening to us right now. But a little interesting stat. Gillies, the starting goaltender for Calgary tonight, grew up in New Hampshire.
Guess
who
who
else grew up in New Hampshire?
New Hampshire.
Casey DeSmith.
There you go, Jordan. I saw that in the first period, and I said, you know what, we got to bring it up just because
Jordan will love it.
we love Jordan, and Jordan loves Casey DeSmith.
Oh my God, you have no idea. Okay,
And
so
they not only just both grew up, they were best friends in New Hampshire.
nice. All right. So like really, really quick. My dream is that he somehow becomes the backup goaltender in the playoffs and starts a playoff game.
I'm gonna just sit here.
I know.
I know that's your dream, but when you were watching wrestling, your dream was also for Dolph Ziggler to win a world championship, and Darren Young.
Look, because nobody's better than Darren Young.
Well, Darren Young. Okay. Well, we're not talking about
We're not
wrestling
talking about
anymore.
wrestling.
Because
Oh my God, Kayla.
Anyway,
So, anyway, we are almost to the end here. Who do you think is the MVP as of right now, front runner?
Kucherov.
Kucherov? See, I don't think Kucherov, just because of the simple fact that he has Stamkos
Yeah.
and the rest of that team, which is unfair except for Chris Kunitz.
So that. How do you justify? All right.
How do I justify what?
Okay, you know what? I gotta hear who you say first. I gotta hear who you say.
Who do I say?
Yeah.
Taylor Hall.
Okay, that I can understand.
I would say Taylor Hall too.
Okay.
He's pulling
Beginning of
that.
the season, everybody was like, "Oh well, the Devils got the first overall pick.
They
They could be good in a couple years. No, they could be good right now.
And then it was early in the season. They were
They were
good,
under
too.
the
They've been
signal.
good all season.
They've been good consistently. They were in the top 3 for a long time until
Yeah.
the Penguins got their stuff together, and now the Penguins are in the top 3, and so is Philly. Who?
You want to talk about a complete 180? Talk about that team.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Philly as well. Philly missed the playoffs last year, and now they're.
And they went on a 10-game losing streak this year.
But I can see.
But
the
they're
top
also
three.
They were on a 10-game win streak this year, is also
True.
I can
ever
just-
since the Eagles
Yeah, Eagles.
won the Super Bowl. They have been very hot. Adding Peter Mrazek was huge. Wednesday is going to be great. It's
Yes.
Philly Day in Pittsburgh. We call it Philly Day not because we like Philly, not because we're celebrating Philly. We're celebrating the fact that we get to cheer against them.
Absolutely.
And it's a great, great time.
Absolutely.
And guess what, Jordan?
Hmm.
Wednesday will be a great day for hockey.
Oh my God.
It'll be a great day.
Well, just in time for the third period to begin, we can sign off. Everyone.
We're going to sign off. We will see you next week. No more missing weeks for the rest of the semester.
Mm-hmm.
So we will see you next week. Thank you for tuning in to 3PT. Later, guys.